afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Hope you are amazing. Please excuse the hair. I'm currently manifesting better hair for myself. Thicker, more vibrant, more full. In my own little way. There's many things, but yeah, anyway, that's a different conversation. Okay, so today I want to talk about healing because there is a lot out there about healing and the different healing modalities and what healing is and all the different types of wounds and traumas and all of that sort of stuff. But what I want to do is narrow it down just a little bit so that it's really basic and digestible, because I've been through all of this, right? So I can, but one of the biggest key things of healing is embodiment. So you can hear all this stuff, you can read all this stuff, you can even watch other people, but unless you know how to deeply heal within your body, your nervous system, and embody that, you won't fully understand from an energetic standpoint. And this is something that I've definitely learned over the years, particularly in the last 2 years, and definitely since becoming a mum as well, is to feel it in your body and be way more present in your body. The mind is an incredibly powerful thing. We can use our mind for manifesting, for positive affirmations and all of that. But when there's deeply rooted trauma which lodges in the body, not in the mind, in the body, we need to heal it from within the cells, within the tissues, within the body, somatically as well as doing the mind work where we can stop those negative thought loops and stuff like that. Now, your spirit and your spirit team and your higher self and God and all of that are very, very intelligent, because they know exactly what you as an individual needs at any given time to pinpoint wherever in your body the pain is arising from. And if you ask, you'll be shown what that relates to if you're ready to heal it. If you are given the opportunity to heal and you shove it back down, then it's going to prolong your own healing, okay? So take it from someone who's done that as well. As I said, we all have our own individual, unique connection to God, the universe, source, Mother Earth, the divine, okay, white light, whatever it is that you personally resonate with in your heart. And you can't go off anyone else's healing journey, and you can't go off like what's happening to other people. You can certainly take their wisdom on board, and you can certainly take like little gold nuggets of their beautiful, wonderful knowledge of experience on board. But you also need to focus on your own healing that you are being shown in your unique connection to God, to source, to your angels, to your spirit team. Because it's when you do that that you are going to accelerate your healing and really start to pull your energy back inward. Okay, so we hear a lot about this, the inner reflects the outer and stuff like that, but all the inner work and all the energetic work and all the spiritual work comes first before the physical. Because yes, we're in a physical vessel, we're physically on earth, but we are a multi-dimensional soul who's like existed for eons. And so what that means is that all the spiritual stuff and energetic stuff comes first. That's why focusing on your inner work, your inner healing, your inner dialogue, your inner everything is way more important than anything else. And that really starts with every day filling up your own cup from the divine for yourself, for joy, for love, for peace, for happiness, whatever it is, okay? Now, I'm specifically talking to people who have a really beautiful, pure heart, but have had really difficult things happen to them in life, okay? Seemingly unfair, seemingly like, heavy. And what I want to say to you is the reason that healing is so important is for you, not for the other person, for you. For you, for your lineage, for your generations, for your destiny. because, you know, a lot of us are born into family situations, karmic situations, whatever the case. Well, we literally are the black sheep. So what I mean by that is, you might feel outcasted, you might feel crazy, all of those things. You will eventually realize that that's a blessing, and you will really be glad that you're not like the rest. But we're not judging here, we're just, you know, calling it for what it is. So the signal that you put out to the universe is what you will get reflected back. So even if you are a beautiful soul, pure soul, and everything like that, if you've gone through tremendous hardship, you will be carrying that pain in your body, and it will be running through your nervous system like an undercurrent, which means that you have to pinpoint that in your body. You have to pinpoint those traumatic experiences, whether large or small. Also just patterns, okay? Patterns of behavior, patterns of dysfunction, patterns of distortion, patterns of like how your parents did things, how your grandparents did things, and stuff like that, which do not resonate with you, which do not align with you, and they have to go. Limiting beliefs, lack of self-worth, all of that sort of stuff. A lot of it for the types of people that we are is it comes down to the self-worth, which is why we go through these trials, because we have to see our worth, and we have to rip the blinders off to see that. And pain is sometimes the only way that you can really be faced with a choice to rise or fall, okay? And we all have a choice. Every single person has a choice as to what they do with what happens to them and what's presented to them in their life. And none of us are the same. We all have different things happen. We all have different lessons, different opportunities, and all of that. So you kind of got to get away from that school mentality where everyone has like the same exam, everyone's sitting in the same classroom doing the same exam. No, that's all matrix bullshit that they want you to believe. Every single one of us has a unique assignment, unique lessons, unique things that we came here to learn, to overcome, to evolve from. And we're not the same, okay? We're all different, and we each have our own things. So that's what I'm saying. Your connection to God and your connection to your angels and everything is your number one. Because that's your energy, that's where you're going to find your life force, but it's also where they're going to show you what you need to do within you. And I'm just a healer here to help guide and support. You actually do the work yourself by finding the light within you to remember. So what I want you to know, a couple of things about why you should heal. Number one, it's to feel at peace within yourself, because when you're at peace, you can attract everything that you want effortlessly, peacefully, beautifully, joyfully, happily, right? It's that analogy of you're sitting in a garden, you've planted all these beautiful seeds, they're starting to sprout, all your flowers, and the butterflies are starting to come to you. You're not out there in the garden trying to swipe the butterfly with the net and catch it and, you know, hold on to it. Just naturally flows around you like beautifully, right? I kind of always get the image of like Buddha, how it's like just that really zen, beautiful, and it's all just happening and moving and flowing around. And don't forget, money is water energy too. So you want abundance and money to flow to you effortlessly, not forced or with scarcity or with lack or with poverty or with like difficulty. So that's another way you know you're out of alignment, or the people you're around are not right for you, is that if you start to feel those types of emotions, okay? Because God is all freeing, all beautiful, all wonderful. Healing is messy, yes. Healing is messy. But ultimately it's to lead you to inner peace. I always think of the Kung Fu Panda movies where, you know, he's like really distracted, but like they're trying to lead him towards his own like inner peace, okay? Another reason why is so that you don't have all of these parasitic, demonic, bombarding thoughts attacking you. So the more you heal, the less you will feel that, because whether you like it or not, as an empath, as a beautiful hearted soul, dark forces, dark entities, dark people, wounded people, projecting people, and narcissistic Jezebel spirit, energetic people, forces, you know, jumping into that body or whatever, they actually feed off your pain. They feed off your pain. They feed off your pain. They do not like it when you're joyful, happy, and high vibe, because they, number one, they can't get an emotional reaction out of you, and number two, they can't vibe up at that frequency. So take it from me, as someone who had way too much of a soft heart, way too empathetic, 10-11 as I said that, they actually target you and your empathy, and they use it against you. I'll say that again. They target your empathy, your endless forgiveness, your beautiful nature, your overgiving, your overforgiving, they actually purposefully target you for that and use your own empathy against you. Okay, it's sickening when you really like heal from it all and you realize it. So you don't feel bad for these people. You release them with love and compassion, and the consequences belong to God. The wrath of God belongs to God, not us. We don't dish out karma. We don't dish out revenge. We leave it to God. We leave it to our ancestors, to the angels, to the spirit, whatever. Okay, the universe. We don't do that. As soon as you realize that, the better off you're going to be. 11-11, as I said that. It's a very hard place to get to when you've been through the depths of the trenches of hell. But trust me when I say, we are not the deliverers of karma, that it belongs to God. Also, another reason why that belongs to God is because your empathy can get in the way. Like, even if they've treated you the most evil, if you see them suffering the way that, you know, they will get it, your empathy will then re-kick in. So you've got to remember that the fake apologies and the fake sorries and the this and the that's and the everything else is all fake. It's not real. They don't love you. Love doesn't live here, right? Don't let them use your empathy against you. You know, when they come back to you with the sob stories and the this and the that, and they're only trying to use you again, betray you again, take from you again, steal from you again, use you again, get that energy hit from you again, because they cannot source their own light from within, so they have to latch on to like other things, which is why like the term energy vampire was born. But particularly people who hold a really high light quotient, you're a much better and bigger source than others. So that's probably why you felt attacked and drained so much throughout your life, because you genuinely do have such a huge light quotient within your energy. And because, like, whether you are aware of this or not, your aura radiates to other people, and it's like, you know, that saying, moths to a flame. So it's like, or flies to honey. Like, there are some things you attract that are amazing, and there are some things that you attract that you do not want. Okay, and that's just part of it. Narcissists have no power. Once you realize this game, this control, this whole thing, I always think of the Wizard of Oz, where he's this tiny little cowardly man, decrepit looking thing, and he's, you know, on the big booming microphone as if he's this big scary tyrannical like god who's like, you know, controlling everybody. And then, you know, I think is it the dog that does it? Toto pulls back the curtain and he's just like this little decrepit old man like on a big microphone, just literally faking the whole thing, and the whole thing's an illusion, because the devil's a fucking liar. So as soon as you realize that whole thing, you will also be able to heal your wounds, and you will never let anyone use your wounds or your past against you, because you'll heal it, and they'll never be able to feed on your shadow or your darkness or your trauma again. As soon as you heal it all, because there's nothing for them to feed on, and you're, not that you ever need revenge, but your like own personal comeback and rise is joy, is peace, is love, is fulfillment, is purpose, is God, is abundance, right? Because they can't reach it, because they don't have it within, okay? And they can't reach you anymore because your frequency is too high. Narcissists are bullies, but they're cowards, okay? So bullies are cowards. That's why they congregate and get other people to do their dirty work for them, and pick on that person and da-da-da. And you've seen those movies where, you know, the kingpin never actually does any of the the dirty work. They get all their little minions to do it, and then they just get rid of those minions anyway. There's no honor among thieves here. So see it for what it is. Now, if you have a really bright light and a really powerful energy, what happens is, because narcissists have no inner strength, inner love, inner light, inner power, or anything like that, what they do is they seek you out and they target you because they can see your beautiful aura before you do, okay? And what they do is they control you, and they try to make you feel so small and so insignificant, because obviously that's how they feel inside. But this is the really key part here, and when you get this and you understand this, it's so simple, but it's so profound. They don't have any of the power, okay? They don't have any power, because if you had your own power and your own light like we do, we don't go around trying to feed off other people and hurt other people and go out of our way to fuck people over and all that sort of stuff, but they do, okay? Because they are weak. They're weak, and they're fuckheads, and they're just nasty, hateful, negative individuals. Yeah, send them love and light, whatever. But they don't have any power. The power that they are harnessing is your life force energy and your power that they are latching onto, okay, and reflecting back to you, because narcissistic, energetic, like Jezebel spirits they project, okay, because they don't hold any accountability, they don't take responsibility, they don't, as I said, they don't have their own light within, they don't have the ability to manifest themselves or anything like that, and that's why they basically take on the identity of the next victim that they latch onto and form into their lifestyle, even if their lifestyle before was completely different. So they project their wounds. So what that also means is they project everything. So they project their hate onto you, they project their lack of self-worth and self-loathing, and you take it on as your own, but it's not. But at the same time, they take on your power and your light, and they reflect that back to you. So you think that they have all the control, but it's actually all your power and all of your light that they're reflecting. They don't hold any of that. And as soon as you leave, and as soon as you cut the cord, their life will go to shit. Okay, their life will go to absolute shit. And also, they'll never ever find that energy source again. They'll never ever find that energy source again, because obviously chosen ones and divine beings and like high level light workers and stuff like that are rare, okay? So they'll never ever come across another one of you again. And they they absolutely would have, and there'll be a pattern of where they've manipulated literally everyone in their life, their entire life. But when they come across you, your power, your light, your love that they've convinced you is theirs, but it's yours. As soon as you cut the cords and you leave, their life will come crashing down, because it'll go back to where they belong and where they actually were, okay? Because if you're really honest with yourself, if you come across narcissistic people, they would have been like in a real shit heap when you met them, and you would have brought them back to life and everything like that. Spirit gave me the song Without Me by Hazley, where she sings, don't you know that it was me who put you up there, da 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 da, feeling so high, now you're too something to hold me, thinking you could live without me. Because what happens is they take on your beautiful energy and your love and your light, and they deplete you, and you think there's something wrong with you, but you're actually just giving them your energy. It's not funny. And they think that they're God, right? And they think that they're king shit, and then they take your energy and they manifest with it, because they can't on their own, and they take your energy to like a third party or to another person or to this or to that, and they drain you, because you might chase after them. You might be like, why are you doing this to me? As soon as you walk away, boom, that goes. Because that person's no longer interested in them, right? They were interested in the energy you were providing that they were faking was theirs. Remember this, narcissists are cowards, they're bullies, but they wear masks. They have to siphon energy off everyone and anyone. They can't do it for themselves. Remember this, it's all your power, it's all your light, it's all your love, okay? This is being broadcast on the world stage at the moment, the satanic fucking bullshit that's going on, okay? It's not because it's their energy or their love or their light or their power. It's because they are harvesting the energy of all of the people And they're using all of these different like sporting games and music events and world events and politics and to get the emotional reaction out of the masses, okay, who are stuck in the matrix, and their reaction, their energy and their power and their light collectively are fueling their manifestation, their abundance, their God awful dark agenda that they are performing. As soon as people take it away, it's gone. And the chosen ones, the light workers, the divine beings are the ones that are waking up first and pulling it away. And that's why it's starting to scramble, because we hold the most potent, energetic, light frequency signature, okay, than some other people. And it's not saying that you're good or bad, but there are a lot of NPCs around. And because of that, that's why a lot of this stuff is starting to be exposed, because the people with the highest light are awake and they are pulling their energy out of the matrix. And we're like, you know, obviously trying to help other people follow. People that are unawake at this time, or unconscious or unaware of what's going on. And some people will never wake up, and that's okay. But it's those of us who are meant to that are really important at this time. Keep speaking your truth. Keep standing in your power, and realize that fear is not real. What's that? What's the acronym for fear? Is that even the word? False evidence appearing real. Okay. You stand with God. You stand with God. You stand in alignment with God. You make the decisions that God tells you to make in your own individual life, not what everyone else is doing, what God tells you to do in your life, through your intuition, through your choices, through your actions, through your divinity, through your prayers, meditation. You do that, because you'll never go wrong. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, it will be messy at times. But if you follow everything that God is telling you to do, you're going to be swell. Now I have to go because I'm having a coughing fit, because my throat chakra is being attacked, but fuck them. They'll never take us. The light always wins, okay? The light always wins. And I was pulling my beautiful cards this morning and I got the fire spirit. So let the fire purify everything that needs to go, with love, with peace, and with release. Mwah.